Hi friends, Suzanne here with the newest installment of the mini-series called Crafting at the Lake House. I started this one-day local retreat back in 2019, and now we've completed our third event. Even with all the restrictions and safety rules we had to follow, this event was a huge success. My friend and fellow demonstrator Terry from Card Designs by Terry helped me once again, where we split the work and brought together local crafters from around BC for this super popular catered first class event. If you're interested in attending the next Lake House event in June, please fill out the form on my blog, sunstampin.com, or in the description of this video. In the mini-series, I am sharing a dozen card designs we created for the make and takes at the event. Fair warning, some supplies are from the January to February celebration catalog, so if you're trying to recreate, you may have to substitute. Okay, kids, here we go with card number 1. I am featuring the Tulip Fields stamp set. It does come in a bundle, but I'm just working with the stamp set today. I was asked by a viewer if I would show how I cut paper. So this is going to be an easel card. So I am slicing this at 4 1/4, scoring it at 5 1/2, and once again at 2 3/4. Now, for the example that I gave the attendees at the Lake House, we used the Flowering Fields 12 by 12 designer series paper here because it does have sort of some sky image. But I used it all up on the event, so I had to improvise with this recreation. So I'm using the New Horizons designer series paper, which is super versatile, and you will see I've chosen really correctly because of the colors that I used to stamp with. So here I'm creating the easel card. The top part is going to be the sky. So I have my Stamparatus out, and it was just because I wanted to make sure that the attendees had a really good, successful stamping session with this card design. So here we go. I inked the horizon type fields of tulips with fresh freesia, and then I took my door out and flipped it around, and then I used Memento Tuxedo Black ink for the what do you call this, windmill. Every time I see a windmill, I remember the book Don Quixote. I'm so glad that I studied that in English because it's a lovely story, and I do sometimes feel like the dawn. All right, so here is the big Christmas tree, we're calling it. And what I did was I pointed this particular triangle up right against that door. And I tried to make sure that the bottom of the Christmas tree line was straight with the page. So now I'm cutting my head out of this video. You're not, I'm editing my big fat head out so that you could actually see. But the first color I used was Fresh Freesia. The second one is Mango Melody, and the third one will be Calypso Coral. So I'm pointing I'm trying to point right at that door of the windmill. So, and then, I'm just, it goes easier if you have the Fresh Freesia triangle in first, and it's kind of crucial to have it pointed right at that door so you have that horizon point. This stamp set is delightful. I quite enjoyed it. So here you can see that I actually do clean my stamps with chamois. So, and then we're doing a close-up of some coloring. So this is watercolor pencils. They are a very affordable coloring medium. So if you don't have, the cash for the blends, the watercolor pencils and the blender pens are, a really good substitute because you can get all the Stampin' Up colors, or most of them anyway. And I think that they'll do the matching very nicely. So I used the basic gray for sort of the bricks, and now I'm using just this brown, I guess this would be early espresso. Yes. early espresso I can see on the screen. And then I had to color in the window. Now, it doesn't look like anything special right now, but then you take a blender pen to it, and that liquid in the blender pen is basically fairy magic because it smooths your coloring out. It brings your colors to life. It brightens them. It smooths them. Very smart. Works well with pencil crayons too, or colored pencils, as you Americans would like to call it. All right, so here I am finishing up with my coloring. And then I know everybody's going to roll their eyes, but I made all the attendees fussy cut this out. But you can see I've sped it up, and you can see how I managed to do it. You sort of cut away the larger portions, and then you just cut squares. It was actually fairly easy, and nobody complained. So there you go, or at least not to me. Oh, and it was kind of a cool card, a little cool design. So I didn't put any adhesive on the windmill, and what I'm doing is marrying that piece up with the fold. And if there's anything weird going on, I would trim off the excess, just like this part, just that little extra, so that when it doesn't crease when it folds flat. All right, so that is the easel part. And look at my little Don Quixote windmill out there is standing at attention, getting ready for a sword battle. If you've ever read the book, you know what happens. Anyway, okay, so I'm using the sentiments from Celebrating You, and just because there was no sentiments in this stamp set. And then I did use a little bit of the Flowering Fields just in behind, and dimensional adhesive goes on the back. I'm just using the bones of my dimensional adhesive sheets, just the very borders of them. I kind of like to use them for sentiments like this. So anyway, can you not see the top of the sky and how well the color actually played in? I gotta say, that was like a happy accident. All right, so this was placed about an inch above, and before anybody gets crazy here, my poor kitty Quinn, he knocked over a glass of water on this card, and he for a couple of cards they're going to be a little bit waterlogged. He only has 3 legs, you guys, so please don't be mad at him for having a little accident. His tail goes over his missing appendage, and it sometimes gets in the way of things, so I didn't get mad. So anyway, you'll see it in the stills with this, but you can see how perfect this card was before. And yeah. You can see all the supplies I used today listed below in the video See More section or in the supplies section of my blog, and those fast links will take you to my Canadian online store. I would love the chance to meet you and earn your business. Thank you so much for watching, and bye for now.